tragic extent of my failings.
Right, so welcome back to the Venso estate. And apparently the town is very much abuzz. Stress reaction activities in town are slightly less effective, but we should be able to deal with that. So what we have opened since last time would be the survivalist.
At home in wild places, she is a stalwart survivor and a strict instructor.
And here we can use crests to reduce the training costs of camping skills. Let's see how much they cost at all first. Oh yeah, I might want to do that at some point, but right now we have more pressing uses for crests. Then we got this sanitarium for quirks, diseases. And the upgrades are to reduce costs. Yep, and then there's the increase in medical ward slots. I'm assuming the next is treatment ward, medical ward, treatment ward. That would make sense. Then we have
trinkets and charms gathered from all the forgotten corners of the earth.
the Nomad Wagon, whose prices are just too high for us as of now. We could have more trinkets or cheaper trinkets, but can't afford those right now. So what we should be doing, so let's see here, we cannot get better gear yet since we need more deeds, so that's what we'll be sending a K9 unit to fetch. Prior to that, we should probably see if we cannot have some people reduce their stress. So what do I have available? Brothels out, but otherwise things are fine. I could use portraits, but they are kinda low. Was there anything special on you? Or you? You're a pretty good one, but you just cannot gamble, can you? Warbadon, you can go gamble. Dismas, drinking's for you. And then we'll put the religious person Durandal into meditation. Then that should be about it. We can send the same unit as last time on this mission. Technically we could send them after the Necromancer, but I don't think that's important right now. I think we should rather make a trip to the Wheel, the Warrens or the Cove. And I think Cove had pretty high bleed resistance, and did we have anything special here? So nothing that would say don't go somewhere. But something that says we should go to Weald, so we shall go to Weald. What's over there? Defender seal? We don't have one yet, do we? No, not that I can see. So Weald it shall be, or is there anywhere that's hands over deeds by the gallons? Well, would you look at that? Well, we are mostly going on the non-bleed damage anyhow, so we just might be able to do the coding. So what was it again? First of all, it's a short trip, so let's take a bit of food. 12 seems to be a bit too much. Then shovels to... let's take 3. Torches, 8 should be a fair amount. I don't think there was much use for anti-venom over yonder, so a couple medicinal herbs. So let's say 3 skeleton keys, and then that should be about it, I think. So the K9 unit can go to the core like this. And so we have tentacle lurkers lying in wait just below the water's surface, so guessing that's the reference to the trap type we see over here. But
These
let's get
salt-soaked
on with
caverns
it.
are teeming with pelagic nightmares.
Well, we are
They
starting
must
at
be
the
flushed out.
very halfway point, I see. Not exactly what I would have liked, but let's clear this way out first. Torch. Nothing in here, I see. Well, if we are coming back anyhow, we can just wait for the torch to go a little bit low and... yeah, it's better than a trap for sure. We are getting the whole dungeon mapped for us. Hold up! That's the only room battle in the whole dungeon. Well, okay. Not that I would be complaining. Allows us to quit with better efficiency, so... Not even 40 yet, how
mariner.
can you be hungry?
Another misfortune.
So... can we take a fight? Well, it's only 3 fights in the whole dungeon so far, so we should be able to take one a little bit shadowy. So what do we have here? A priest, some damage. So we don't have a mark on anyone yet. So let's just rain suppressive fire on these people.
Devastating blow.
Yeah, those guardians have high prot, so I should make them bleed or some such. But let's start by getting rid of the pelagic shaman if we can. And that guy's also a problem. Though seemingly a problem that'll stay around for a while. Saloon, give Rain a little heal. Okay, so you are guarding the other guard fellow. Fine, fine. What's that? Oh. Not good, not good at all. So let's deal with you, since you are marked and... well, it isn't working out right now, but... the tide turns quickly, as the ancestor says. Let's try and remove this damage fellow from the game. Yeah, we are going to need to heal the Houndmaster for now. Let's see, this should put some damage on all, and if it hits, it kills, so...
As the fiend falls, a faint hope
no bleeding
blossoms.
right about now, but... let's put some bandages on him. So if the other guy is guarding the other, we should just... let's try to get the guard off. Right, guard's away, so... now we can set the target whistle over here, which should lower their protection. So it did, which in turn allows us to hit harder. And since he has the healing received buff, let's put on some heals. So now you are protecting the other guy. Can't stun you out of it, so... well... let's just whack you in the face. Right, that's a lot of bleed damage right about now, so better bandage that right off. And would even lick wounds. Right, now he's all better. Then about you... you just get over there, so we'll get the other guy out of the way.
Destroy them all.
We shouldn't be able to get any more protection buffs from each other. So let's mark him. Put some heals on the Crusader for once. As unfortunate as it is, we cannot hit him as it is, so let's try to knock him back. No, that didn't work out this time. Doesn't have stun resistance, so let's try to stop him from making us bleed anymore. Didn't quite work out. Well, let's take the bonus damage against marked. And put some more healing on him. This fight is leaving quite the lasting impact. Which I would rather have not have it do, but...
their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Wasn't expecting that to kill, but... well... we have an arbalest to carry those, so all is good. Yep, that was the only one, so now we can just focus on looting around. That's a lot of crests. No fights or traps here, so... there's nothing more to scout, so... while that was not a problem on its own, it also didn't help us any. And here we have... loot. And then back over here... hunger strikes again. That's not good. If we get hungry one more time, that's going to cause undue stress and even damage. But right, there's the trap and the disarm. 60, 90, 60, 60. Go for it. Good one, Musart.
And now, the darkness holds dominion.
But at
Black
least
as
that was...
death.
at least there was nothing there. So now we'll just loot this one. Survival guide. Alright. And time to put torches back on.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
So now we surprised the enemy. But we might as well start by getting our Crusader back into shape for the later areas of the dungeon. Let's try and take the Shaman out of the game first.
Confidence surges as
And
the
that
enemy
is what we
crumbles.
did. And that's unholy, so smiting it should deal a fair amount of damage. You are just going after the Houndmaster, aren't ya? Well then, I didn't quite mean you should change immediately, but whatever. So he has a self-heal, the Crusader does not, so... Let's see, here we should be we are guaranteed to be able to kill this one if we hit, so let's do that. And Reynold, you try smiting the final one. That was well handled.
Success so clearly in view.
And since we are no longer backtracking, the final fight is just over there. Let's put a mark over there. And take the shot.
Obliterated.
And that worked out. If we are lucky, we might even return from this quest with less stress than we embarked on it with. Which, I will have to concede, would be quite funny. So we can either go for both, or... let's stop them from dealing damage for now. Ah, they stun and reduce bleed resistance for whatever reason with the shock. Right. Well, might as well attack them now, so let's prep them for the scroll attack. Party heal for a change. And the Zealous Accusation clears out them both.
A trifling victory.
And so we have two Curios remaining, so... let's do
Darkness
this.
closes in, haunting the hearts of men.
As much
Packs
loot as
laden with
at all
loot
possible.
are often low on supplies.
Right, Reynold, you carry that for now. We are nearly done. And we are done.
At last, wholesome marine life can flourish. If indeed there is such a thing.
"28 crests and 3 deeds. A fair amount of money, but nothing spectacular. Resolve levels, yeah, that's how it works. Ducknomania wants to kill. Clotter plus bleed resistance, good. Evasive plus dodge.
Awash in blood and delusion, he bears the burden of 1,000 lifetimes.
Hear ye, hear ye. Bloodscourge. There are some who believe that only a litany of blood and suffering can cleanse sickness in the land. He is one who will do his part. Right. Oh, can recruit them.
There is power in the blood, for those with the fortitude to pay the price.
So you are the flagellant hero, aren't you? What do you do? So you can clear marks, transfer bleed and blight to yourself, and then you mark yourself, get plus 30% protection and plus 4% death blow resist, and you already have 73. Well, you want to smack Eldritch in the face, but you don't want your HB to be too low, cause you stress out. Okay, so were you a flagellant again? So Wobadon was caught marking cards and no longer can gamble in town. Well, Dismas went on a drunken bender and hasn't been seen since previous evening. Durandal was meditating. Right. And we have slain fishmen on the coast. What's on the stage coast tonight? More flagellants. Obsessed with material things. Minus spirit touch below. Right? You don't like humans, you have a protection. By default, you are better than Koliar. So welcome aboard, Lily. And Toastain the Bounty Hunter. Yes. Could use you for the mark composition. So you will not prey or flagellate. You like ruins. And you do more damage if you are have taken damage. Alright. Let's see. Port. And then Wogan. You're both pretty good, I'll have to say. So let's give Koliar the boot. Wait, we cannot? Ah, we can.
Slumped shoulders, wild eyes, and a stumbling gait. This one is no more good to us.
And then you would have tough, clutch hitter, calm. A good one as well, I'll have to admit. But I'll have to make a decision here. Toastain or Castle. I'll take Toastain since I already have a plan
the thrill
for
of the
him.
hunt. The promise of payment.
Don't really need anywhere to cure stress from folks since, well, that last mission was quite breeze through. So let's see what would be... Blacksmithy does not have enough deeds yet since we didn't find much. So Cove has risen to mastery level 1 and thus we have 2 missions there. Then we have the Weald and the Warrens and the Courtyard. And then there's the Darkest Dungeon, of course, but we are not going to be doing We Are the Flame. So this would be an Explorer's Sword in the Mad Realm of Tunnels. Whereas here we would beat back the creatures and bandits, then engage traffic on the old road. We could take a look at sending some other team in for a change, even though it's not really needed. So, Lily, what would you do? Think Redeem would be a pretty important skill for you to have. So, it asks for portraits to make it cheaper. I would say 100 gold. Yeah, sure, it's going to happen eventually anyhow. So, redeem it was. And now you probably won't be needing endure. Yeah, that's what I'd like to think. So you're either first or second spot. And then we could take Durandal for the first spot. Chop, heal, withstand, intimidate. Might actually take Solemnity instead of withstand. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. Grundle, Solemnity. There we go. So you are our first spot. Then for the second we have a Lily. Then for the third, might as well bring the Vestal yet again. And then for the fourth, Plague Doctor wouldn't be too bad. So plus damage, yet plus stress in the wield. I think that's where we will be going anyhow. So a Leper, a Flagellant, the Vestal, and the Plague Doctor. So they cannot use Illumination from the final spot. But then the Plague Doctor could use Incision. Sure, let's put them this way around for once. And that should be about it. So it was the wheel where we were going. Unless there's deeds by the gallons over in the Warrens. This is a longer one. Wouldn't really want to bring the level 0 Flagellant in, but everyone else is just fine. And on the other hand, again, Bleed. It's not the best for them. So let's take the short one over in the Warrens this time around. So 10 food proved to be quite enough last time about. We didn't have any stress eaters, did we? No. Then a few shovels. Bit of herbs, I think they were useful over here. Take an anti-venom. Another one just in case. I've almost forgotten to bring the torches. And then don't remember exactly if we needed holy water, but I'll bring it for now. This seems about right. The swine are resistant to disease thanks to the unclean living. Alright, so there's going to be lots of disease over here. Or at least I think that's what it's hinting at.
They breed quickly down there in the dark. But perhaps we can slay them even faster.
So let's see here. Not much backtracking, I see. This sack is empty. And this is a trap. 60, 40, 70. Alright, Wobadon. Too bad, it happens.
Ancient traps lie in wait. Unsprung and
Crates
thirsting for
empty.
blood.
Well then, what about this one? Right, Wobadon, take 2. You are
Mechanical
not that
hazards
good at this, are
possessed
you?
by evil intent.
And what did you find then?
A fortune
You're not even taking it for
waiting to be
yourself.
spent.
Admirable. John of Darius Highwayman 2 out of 6. I'll check if... A pile of books. No, not really of interest to me. So this situation with the Plague Doctor isn't that good, I'll admit. So perhaps we'll put a bit more light in before we head into this fight here. So a Carrion Eater and 2 Bone Rebels. Let's try to get the Carrion Eater up front. And let's also give Warbadon a break. So what do we do here? Well, let's throw a punish over here, since they might still bleed. They don't want to. Then Hugh should take them down.
Confidence surges as the
Yeah,
enemy
sure
crumbles.
did. Oh, let's see here. We can throw a punish out there, so let's throw a punish out there. It's not going to bleed, but it's damage. Then shuffle that guy to the front, so the leper has a swing at it.
Another one falls.
And that's that fight done.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Thanks for the reminder, Ancestor. So next one. This doesn't look too neato. You, get over here on the... Ah, you didn't move. Don't you dare vomit on my Vestals. The runs, well, that's not good. So... Rain of Sorrows might be the pick here. So let's see, Mr. Leper, if you heal, you have a chance to kill them. If you chop, it's a pretty high chance to kill them, so let's go for the chop. I should have guessed as much. Saloon, please take it out of the game. Am I surprised?
Press this
Well,
advantage.
I
Give them
did
no
put Warbadon
quarter.
there for the incision to do work, so... At least they are not the only ones dodging. More Rain of Sorrows. Bleed stacking is always fun. So let's see here. Let's give Warbadon some HP again. And you go to shopping.
Executed with
Again on the low
impunity.
end, but it did the job I was looking for it to do. Marked now, huh? Well, let's clear the corpses. Get the job on. Tapeworm. Not very polite, no. But so, let's throw a punish over here. And that one's got 8 damage, it's going to die. There's 4 damage, it's going to die. Might as well heal.
Surgical precision.
Well, punish some more.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
We have a
A trifling
ton of
victory.
torches and not that
But a victory
much
nonetheless.
area to go about in, so... Good snuff
now,
out for the
Darkness
moment.
holds dominion. Black as death.
And better to... that was one click too much. But I'll deal
Ambushed
with it.
by foul invention.
So what's over here? Pile of scrolls. Durandal, could you? Evasive, +5 dodge. Well, not going to complain. Hunger strikes. Well, let's eat food. And have we found a stress eater? Is it the tapeworm? Where was the tapeworm again? Tapeworm. Yeah, that's just more food consumed. And this is another fight. Let's try and shuffle this one forward a bit. And let's see. A little bit of punishment over there should do. Well, that guy went all the way to the back. And now we have another guy at the back. That's just our back then. Well, a bit more HP over yonder. And let's try the Hugh over here. Didn't quite land it, but that's okay. So you got 8 HP, so you're going to die before you actually get to act, since you are stunned. Whereas you don't have that much bleed resistance and a bit of protection. Yeah, sure. And you got tetanus. I got to remember that this place really doesn't want to keep your people healthy. No, it doesn't. We are just checking that the Swine Wretch actually is going to die. So this doesn't do much damage. It marks self, but we can move it to the Flagellant. And then reduces damage and protection. So let's put it here, because why not? So let's try and stun these two.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
And let's take that mark off you and make ourselves quite tanky. A little bit of party heal here, an efficient one I'll have to add. Are you fixing our party order? No, you are actually not. Oh well, time to heal.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
And then you could just, since... Let's put them in the easier place for the leopard to reach. And then more all-around heals, I think.
Abatement.
So... let's put a punishment over there, so if the Hugh doesn't kill them. Well, now they are dying anyhow, so... Hugh doesn't really kill that one, but that's going to die to the bleed, so let's make sure that Wretch dies. Let's just do something. And then for you... yeah, fine, throw out the punishment.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
So that was it for the room battles. What are you? Dark Altered Skulls on display, a strange power can be felt in its presence. That had no effect. Well, then it's supposedly not that evil. Okay, so we have damage, accuracy and criticals until camp. Lovely. Especially since we are not going to camp. Read those. Nothing for you this time.
Such blockages are unsurprising. These tunnels predate even the earliest settlers.
And now we have maggots. Alright, so... oh, why not? Shuffle. Oh yeah, this is not actually the correct party order. I'll have to fix that in a moment.
Be gone, fiend.
Might I get to hew those both out of the way, or are they going to stun our good leper first? No, actually they are not. Heal yourself, Saloon, you are hurt. So, heal, And that's them both.
Pit.
This leper fellow is
Foolish
really doing
horrors.
work here.
Brought low and driven into the mud.
I've noticed I keep buying too many torches for these shorter expeditions. I'll have to fix that. Okay, now what's this? Pile of bones. Do herbs do anything to it? Nope. Anti-venom by chance? Nope. Perhaps holy water would bless them, but let's see what's over here. Loot! I won't mind. Hunger has struck, but luckily we are nearly done. Any curios here? Nope. Well then, let's just get out of here.
Their squeals fade. Their confidence is shaken.
That's more money than the Cove expedition. And also more sickness than that. Saloon, what did you get? Deadly. You just keep piling up those good ones, don't you? Durandal, you got Cove Explorer. All in all, a pretty good trip, I'll say.
A fresh irritant to some. A sanguine memory to me.
Oh, the old classic town is abuzz. Perhaps I should soon go deal with the thing at the courtyard, see what the DLC is all about. Let's see, Dismas has returned from a drunken bender, good. Lily is now Apprentice Flagellant and Saloon is now Adventurer Vestal. We left many a swine slain in the Bloody Warrens. Excellent. Well, that's it for this week, so... Maybe and perhaps next time we'll be ready to go on a bit of a longer delve. I think that might be in order. A change of pace, perhaps. But until then, overconfidence remains a slow and insidious killer, and I should avoid falling victim to just that.